friends, I am back with Master Jakub for another episode of Lords of the Blades, and today we are going to show you the weapons that main character in the game called Ghost of Tsushima was using. So, let's get started.
Well, it's a lot of very nice fighting choreography in this game, and Jin, main character, uses a sword called Katana. By the way, real Mongol invasion in 1274 year, in end of Kamakura period, Katana didn't exist yet. It's from middle Muromachi period from 15th century, so it's nice fighting, but not real. True sword of this period is Tachi sword, like this. You should see in our episode about 10 samurai weapons.
Definitely check that one.
In the game is a lot of bato or yai techniques. It's cutting after drawing of the sword, so you should see some technique in our tests.
All right.
You should see also shorter sword or wakizashi, but same like katana, wakizashi was not used yet in end of Kamakura period. It was tanto or short sword.
So Tanto in the game is used mainly for the stealth techniques. This was also in the reality or something else?
So samurais of end of Kamakura period used long sword or tachi and short sword or tanto. It was for attacks to weak points of armor, for stabbing. You should see a very famous illustration from end of Kamakura period, Moko Shurai Ekotoba, and you should see how one Japanese samurai kill Mongolian invader by tanto.
Tanto went all the way through the mat and it's actually stuck in the wood. Wow. Another weapon that you can see in the game, it's called Kunai, and it's used for throwing. Can you a little bit tell us, Master Jakub?
Yes, kunai is one of the kind of shurikens, and Adam show how to use it in true fight.
Mostly in games, you can see throwing knives very overpowered, and Ghost of Tsushima it's no exception, because even this kunai, it's one throw, one kill. But of course, it's not like that in reality, but we're gonna show you one little experiment, right, Master Jakub?
Yes.
There is absolutely no way, if you're gonna hit with the kunai into the helmet, it's gonna make no damage. But what I will try, to hit actually this visor and aim on the weak points. Let's try. Look at that, guys. Actually on the first try, and you can see the kunai went pretty deep into the tatami mat. Look at that, I will show you the penetration. Wow! Actually about 2 inches deep, and it would make nasty cut. So like I said, for the kunai and throwing projectiles, that would be definitely only way to hit the weak points. But let's move on. And Master Jakub, what about this legendary mask that's in the game?
Yes, it's so-called mempo. This kind is Menoshita bo. and it's part of samurai armor, but not in end of Kamakura period. I suppose that Ghost of Tsushima is perfect game with very high level fencing and fighting parts, but it's not living history. It's entertainment, so for this reason we should see some parts of weapons, dress, etc. from later period, from Muromachi or Edo period. So this must really exist, but 100 or 200 years later than in story of Ghost of Tsushima. Same like Katana, very good for game, but it's not living history.
If you have some questions, guys, on the Master Jakub about armor, weapons, definitely let us know. But now, let's move on. What about this hook with the rope? I have seen it also in a lot of ninja movies and stuff like that.
Yes, it's called Kaginawa. It was used by samurais, of course, for wall climbing and, for example, in naval battles. So it's true weapon or equipment which should be in the story of Ghost of Tsushima, of course.
Jin, the main character in the game, is using two types of bow, short bow and long bow. And that one we brought you today, guys. Can you a little bit explain, Master Jakub?
Yes, it's yume or Japanese asymmetrical bow made from madake bamboo and hazelwood, and it's asymmetrical as you know. And we did some very nice tests. For example, same like in game, test if is it possible to stop arrow with katana sword. So I have some nice souvenir from it. So you should see how this bow has been used. By the way, this bow has been made by Laszlo Kasai, very famous Hungarian bow maker.
And what about the short bows in the reality? That was also used by the samurai, or?
Yes, it is Hankyu or Rimankyu bows. It's about half of size of this one, and maybe in first Mongolian invasion fightings in 1274 year. Also, Mongolian bow should be used by samurai. Maybe Mongolian bow is very strong. It's about 80 pounds, and Mongolian used, for example, dokuya or poisoned arrows. It was one of surprise for samurai warriors.
Wow, so Mongolians actually had the poison arrows, not the samurais.
Yes, of course.
I would actually expect the otherwise, so that's very interesting. And was also the flammable arrows
Yes.
reality?
It was not for fighting like in game. It was for attacking of
Wood parts or
wood
something
parts
like-
of buildings, etc.
Alright, so we show you the weapons that we have on the table, and Master Jakub, what do you think about the accuracy for the game, from the historical perspective?
So we did a lot of tests with these weapons, and we also did some tests for situation from this game. For example, varied some fighting women like character Masako in game. Yes, so we should show you some fighting girls. We tried to cut arrow by katana.
In the past, we also did the Kabutovari test on the helmet. Master Jakub, how was actually effective the samurai weapons in the first invasion against the Mongol army?
Samurai were very successful in individual combat, but Mongolian was perfect in fighting formation. Was using some new technology, for example, gunpowder bombs, poisoned arrows, etc. And Mongolian was very successful. It was a little bit different mentality because Mongolian were fighting for victory and samurai for honor and for protecting of Japan, of course.
You told me also that the Mongols was using the spear. That was also
yes.
very...
So we have also test katana versus spear. It's a lot of situation like this in game as well.
So as you were able to see today, guys, there are a lot of cool features in the game. Even they didn't get everything right, but we can definitely recommend it. And if you want to learn about samurais and actual weapons and stuff like that, check out our series called Lords of the Blades. But for today, that's it. So, thank you everyone for watching, share, like, comment, subscribe, and...
See you next time.